On the evening of February 12, 2009, Colgan Air Flight 3407 was nearing the end of its journey from Newark, New Jersey, to Buffalo, New York. The Bombardier -8Q400 was descending through dark, wintry skies. As it approached Buffalo, the aircraft encountered icing conditions, light to moderate ice buildup on the wings and tail, a known hazard that required careful handling. As the aircraft prepared for landing, the situation rapidly deteriorated. The captain, who was the pilot flying, noticed the onset of a stall. But instead of following the standard recovery procedure, pushing the nose down to regain airspeed, he did the opposite. The captain pulled back on the control column, pitching the nose of the aircraft up. This action only worsened the stall, causing the plane to lose lift and rapidly descend. In those critical seconds, the first officer, seated next to him, failed to effectively intervene. Fatigue and stress played a role. She was both physically unwell and emotionally strained, having commuted overnight from the West Coast to report for duty. The aircraft's automated systems tried to warn the crew. Stick shaker activated, warning of an imminent stall, but the pilot's reactions were tragically flawed. The nose-up input sealed the plane's fate. The Q400 rolled sharply left, then right, before entering a final, unrecoverable dive. Just 5 nautical miles from the runway, Flight 3407 crashed into a house in Clarence Center, New York. All 49 passengers and crew on board perished, along with 1 person on the ground. The subsequent investigation by the National Transportation Safety Board revealed a series of failures: inadequate training, insufficient rest, and a lack of proper handling of the icing conditions. The captain, despite having more than 3,000 hours of flight experience, had a history of failed check rides and was not adequately trained for such an emergency. The first officer, with over 1,500 hours, was also found to be under extreme fatigue. This disaster exposed glaring weaknesses in the regional airline industry's approach to pilot training and experience. In response, the families of the victims pushed for stronger safety regulations. Their efforts led to the creation of the 1,500-hour rule, a pivotal part of the Airline Safety and Federal Aviation Administration Extension Act of 2010. This rule required all first officers to accumulate at least 1,500 hours of flight time before serving as a co-pilot on a commercial flight, a significant increase from the previous requirement of just 250 hours. Yet, the tragedy of Colgan Air 3407 illustrates that experience alone isn't enough. Both pilots had surpassed the new standard, yet the crash occurred due to poor training, fatigue, and flawed decision-making. The legacy of Flight 3407 serves as a sobering reminder that in aviation, safety isn't just about meeting minimum requirements. It's about continuous vigilance, rigorous training, and a commitment to never letting complacency take hold.